Hey there, welcome to another episode of Tuesday Tips with Terry. I hope you're having a great day today, and I want to talk about content. Content is something that is near and dear to my heart because I'm a writer and I'm a creative, and I've got so much that I have to share. But that's what's important to me. What's important to my audience is how to actually grow their business, have better relationships with their prospects and clients, and earn more income into their consultancy or their business as a speaker. Those are the two people I work with, consultants and speakers. And I was recently coaching a client who was doing some video. And this client is a fabulous speaker, great consultant, great coach. And he has so much content. I mean, he's written almost 24 books, and he's just so wonderful at what he does. Can you tell I'm a fan? And one of the things that I was coaching him on was how to break apart his content so he could deliver more value through his videos, through his podcasts and whatnot. And one of the things that I see online that is really just kind of gotten out of hand, in my opinion, is that people will write content just for content's sake, just to get something out there, just to, be top of mind and knock on somebody's door and, do all the mechanics of building that relationship where you're just kind of making a lot of noise. And that's what people really have a hard time with, is there's too much noise. And that's why, because people are just creating content for content's sake. Now, if you're an authority on a subject, and if you have value to provide, and if you can deliver some of that value, a lot of that value through your social media sharing and your content, regardless of what medium you're using, look at your content from the standpoint of a curriculum, a lifetime experience, a starting, middle, and end, almost like you're writing a book. And let me get a little more granular here. So in this particular coaching I was giving one of my clients about his content, he created this wonderful video that gave 5 tips on how to make better presentations. And that's his thing. I mean, he's a CSP. He's a certified speaking professional. It's what he does, and he trains in those areas. And so, but what I wanted him to do is take those 5 tips and expand on them in individual videos. Because so many times people are just scratching the surface. They're just what I refer to as, they're up in the stands, they're not down on the court. And I'm more sensitive to this because I am such a tactician. I'm an implementer, and I know how to get stuff done, and I do stuff for my clients to actually grow their business. So for me, where's the practicality of it? Yeah, that's great. Here's a great idea. But then you move on from that video and you've heard 5 tips, but you don't have a lot of actionable things that you can actually do in your own business. And that's something that I want to change. And I'm encouraging my clients to actually look at their content differently and create content that actually is actionable, that people will go to and, try this for a day, or this is how you can do it. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. So it's almost like you're delivering a mini course, but you have to be very micro because you don't want to overwhelm your people with so much stuff. And that's what's happening because we want to have a catchy headline that says, the 7 things you must avoid when designing your website, or the 3 things that all salespeople do that blows the sale. And that's great. It's catchy and stuff. It's kind of a little overused and becoming trite because it's done to actually create, like search results and just be a catchy title and things like that, which is, it's important to do, but it's gotten to the point where it's overused. So now we got to do different things to actually have value that's penetrating, that actually connects between you and who's watching or listening to your content, so they can actually, after consuming it, they can sit down and do something, right? That's what we want. We want to deliver value that's actually actionable. So I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse. So this is why it's so important to have a content delivery strategy, not just what content you're preparing, but how you're breaking it down, how you're linking it all together in the curriculum of what you're sharing and the value you're creating. And that way, not only is it a lot easier to create that content, but it's also easier for people who are interested in learning something and improving their own lives with your content to actually take the steps to make it happen, right? I mean, that's kind of the goal. And believe me, I heard something really cool on an interview with Seth Godin the other day, that you need to become the teacher and treat your prospects and clients like students. And the more value you create, the more you teach them, the more they're going to want to buy from you. And I love that philosophy. I think it's a very generous and partnering, collaborative type of a philosophy and approach. And you know me, I'm all about building relationships. And I just love working with people, getting to know them and deepening that whole experience, because that's where I get my joy. And anyway, I digress a little bit. So I hope that was helpful for you. What I want you to do is here's your actionable thing. Look at your content and see where you can take like one blog post or one video or one podcast, and take the content that you have in there and break it down into a more finite step-by-step elements so you can create individual content. Just do it as like a written exercise, and you'll see that one video that you might have put out a year ago could actually be 20 videos, or a workshop, or, all different, a season on your podcast. And it's really remarkable because you can have so much more positive of an impact when you're creating something that people can take action with. So let me know how that goes for you. Just send me an email at terry@better3.com and let me know how it's going with your content and what you have planned. All right, thanks and have a great day.